Hi there everyone, and welcome to another episode of FiST Chat, the vodcast that covers topics on film, science and technology. My name's Ben Warner and I'm joined by Stephan Kern in Adelaide. How you doing there, Steve? How's things going?
Things are going fantastic over here. Lovely to be back again with you again today, Ben.
Absolutely. Now we actually are going to be doing 2 episodes back to back today, so that's quite exciting. And the first one that we're doing is internet film distribution. This is something that's become quite prevalent in the last few years and has actually been something of a godsend for the independent filmmaker, because it gives them the option to be able to get their films out to a very wide audience very easily, very simply, and it's all about the technology that they've got. So just to start with, if you think about it, it really started with YouTube when that came on. It started in 2005 and it really kicked off in 2006, and there were just videos left, right and centre, and now of course there are probably billions of videos now online, and apparently YouTube accounts for, if you look at the bandwidth that YouTube sucks up, it's actually about the same as the rest of the internet combined, which makes a lot of sense considering it's all video. But that was initially the first place where anyone could put a video online and have it seen by so many different people. And this vodcast, for example, has a FiST Chat channel on YouTube, and that's actually quite an amazing thing too, because it allows us to show this video, for example, in addition to the audio formats. And for example, I mean, Steve and I have made films as well, and they're also available on YouTube, very easy to download and watch. So I guess if just sticking on YouTube just to start with, Steve, what do you think about YouTube and the way it's sort of, I guess, gotten so many people to broadcast themselves over the internet?
Well, I think YouTube's fantastic. In fact, I think YouTube's still probably well ahead of its time, to be quite honest. How long have we had YouTube? About 4 years now?
Yeah, it was February 2005 when it started, and it really took off in 2006. And I think Google then bought it at the end of 2006, and obviously now it's a massive player in the website market.
Sure. Well, YouTube, just like the .com era when they promised us high-definition video through dial-up modems, didn't really deliver probably what everyone thought it might or hoped it might when it first started. But I definitely think now it's starting to come along, and I mean, podcasts like this through YouTube are really where it's at. The market's out there now, there's enough people interested, and people are finding some great content on YouTube, which I have to say, regretfully, certainly wasn't there when YouTube kicked off.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I mean, so many companies and entertainment conglomerates actually now use YouTube to put all of their content, well, not all of their content, but for example, I was just surfing the other day, there was a Lady Gaga channel where they've got all of her music videos available to watch. So that's quite an amazing thing, and you got lots of things like that happening. So yeah, it really is an amazing thing, the whole internet side of things, that you can do that sort of thing. The one downside, of course, with YouTube is that, like for a filmmaker, one of the things that the internet can promise is the idea of being able to earn some revenue back from people watching the video online, and YouTube doesn't really have a facility to do that for the independent filmmaker, which is where you have to come in and look at other options. And for example, I've partnered with a company based in New York called Film Annex, and what they do is they've set up, in effect, a channel for me online, and what I've been doing for the last couple of years or so is actually I've got a lot of my videos online through Filmanics, and they run video advertising at the head of all the videos, and the idea is that I can earn some money back based on how many times those videos get watched and that sort of thing. It's all part of the online advertising model that I think we actually had a chat about that a couple of episodes ago with Murdoch's internet paywall. So that's where that sort of thing can come in. That's probably a little bit more complicated because you have to actually make sure that you can, get the whole thing designed and get it all up and running, and make sure that people can actually find it and watch it, which is really the hardest part of getting your films distributed on the internet. So, I mean, you got any thoughts on that sort of stuff, Steve?
Oh, I certainly do. I mean, but my thoughts are as good as the next person's. Really, it's all about being found. If you want to distribute anything, whether it's anything from socks through to internet video, somebody has to be able to find your product. YouTube potentially has the most effective means for distributing your product, but still to find things on YouTube is very, very difficult. And that's, I think, what YouTube has given rise to because of that is viral marketing. Everyone's excited about viral, and that's because really you're looking for a needle in a haystack on YouTube. I mean, who was the person who originally found, the highest or most watched video on YouTube? It wasn't by people searching YouTube and all watching it. It was by people recommending a clip they saw on YouTube. So I think that's the big problem we face with an explosion of content. It doesn't make it any easier to be distributed, but what YouTube does allow is probably social media to make it far more effective. You put that up against, say, a single platform website, a bit like your experience, and then you still find within that the content there is there. It only makes it more difficult for people to find. So social media is where it at. And probably YouTube has an edge there because there's more people looking for more things that might interest you.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, like social media wise, I mean, that's something that's great that you touched on that, because that's, for me, I think such a critical aspect to all this. Like, for example, with this vodcast, if we even just take that as an example, there are social media links attached to this vodcast for people to find it. And the idea is that through Facebook, Twitter, you've got YouTube, MP3, I upload these to Digicosm TV as well. It's about maximising the amount of different places that somebody could potentially find something. Not to say that that isn't still hard, because it's still hard, and obviously, I mean, we're still going to be going for quite a while, but I mean, the thing is that that's how you have to get out and find yourself. I mean, Facebook is, it's got its detractors and all that, and obviously there are some side effects to things like Facebook, but there are some advantages, I think, in terms of promoting yourself through the internet, I think, and Facebook really is good for that sort of thing.
I couldn't agree with you more, Ben. I mean, as good-looking, funny and clever as we are, just to find us by Googling us on the internet is almost impossible. That's why everyone who enjoys the podcasts should share them with friends, because that is how good distribution occurs on the internet. It's no longer about advertising or taking an ad out or a page in a magazine, or it's about word of mouth. It's about being active, live and immediate, and that's where the YouTube distribution platform really, really works.
Yeah, and now, I mean, just to move on a bit, putting that aside for the moment, one of the things that I've noticed that I mean, it's in relation really to short films. In the past, short films really haven't had a market per se, because there hasn't really been a place where you can put them outside of, say, a film festival, or maybe at the head of, say, a feature film, for example, which obviously is a rare occurrence. And so, in effect, short films, the function of a short film before used to be, it would be like a platform for a filmmaker to show what he or she can do in a sort of more limited format. You don't have to spend as much money and all that sort of thing to make a short, but there wasn't places to put them. I think the internet is absolutely spectacular for short films, because aside from the fact that short films, people are not going to sit and watch something that's 2 hours long on the internet, but they are likely to watch something that's under 10 minutes on the internet, which is exactly what a short film is, which makes it absolutely perfect for that medium. And it amazes me still that there are a lot of filmmakers that have taken advantage of the internet to get their works out there. And YouTube, we've mentioned. There's a lot of filmmakers on Film Annex. That's just been growing exponentially. But you still get some filmmakers who'll kind of say, "Oh yeah, we really need it to be on the big screen, and that's where it's really at," and all that sort of thing. And I'd really encourage as many filmmakers as possible to get their short films at least on the internet, because that is the perfect medium to get it out there.
Completely agree with you, Ben. And actually, on that alone, that's where sites like Film Annex really have their strength. And just very quickly, where I see sites like Film Annex really changing the game is the fact that they are about films. YouTube's about everything, but they are about films first and foremost. And the great thing is that what will end up happening is a bit like TiVo, where it starts suggesting what programs you might like to watch based on what you're watching. I think you'll start to see that function come into the dedicated film sites. YouTube, while it's great, I think it's more shared content and more general content. So yeah, the dedicated film sites are really the important ones.
Yeah. Okay, and I guess just to finish up on this particular topic, there's a lot of talk about increasing bandwidths, increasing speeds for the internet, and that's obviously going to lead to the sort of a convergence of technology in a sense, because you're going to be able to, in effect, download HD quality films straight into your TV and watch it that way. And I wouldn't hazard a guess that DVD, Blu-ray, and all of that sort of thing are going to be become as antique as what VHS is right now, because
surely not. Just got a brand new one.
Don't worry, man. I think you're safe for another couple of years. But it's kind of an interesting idea that probably eventually you're going to be getting feature films this way as well, as soon as the quality's there. But there's still that capacity to have all these different types of films, short films, documentaries, whatever, all sort of integrated into this one component alongside your traditional formats from the Hollywood studios, from TV stations and the like. Do you see that as an exciting thing to look forward to?
Absolutely, and I still maintain and always have that television actually won the war with internet, because effectively you'll be watching it all through a television. It's great. Just imagine, the thing that really lacks on the internet now, and this is still the last stage for the internet to close the gap, is just the quality of the experience. What we remember or think TV was is still the predominant format, simply because of the big screen format and the home entertainment system. Once that's all combined with internet and content, well then, let's face it, everyone's a winner. As we've spoken about in other episodes, Ben, with a consumer camera now, you can record high definition as good as anything you'll see anywhere else. Really, we're going to see some fantastic content, and it's going to be very widely available. Everyone will win.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll finish up our topic on that for now. We're actually, that's the first of our topics for today. We're going to be moving on to, funny enough, the state of Hollywood today. I think that's kind of where we were finishing up on there.
I don't know, it's a lovely place.
Yes, I know. All right, so yeah, don't forget, we're on, you can catch all our vodcasts at www.fistchat.com, FISTCHAT. We're also now live on iTunes, so you can download us through there. But until then, we'll catch you for the next episode.